I think they should. But they might trade Harrison Barnes, Kendall Johnson, and take some shit for second pick. Yeah, it's like a trade fucking proposition. Yeah, it might have been one of the
This is
fake
Brian
things,
Anderson,
like,
Stan Van Gundy, and Grant Hill here with me. And in a few moments, we'll hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce. A battle of the big men. Grab some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
Whoever gets it, though,
now here's Fox.
They better have a deep team because he's going to cost them.
Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
There's some contact there, but Fox just refuses to let that hold him back.
Pass to Daniels.
Oh, yeah.
There's Young with the three. Fires in the triple.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
The three from Barnes. Okongwu with the rebound. And coach, with Okongwu adding a three to his game, it's hard to keep him off the floor now.
It is, Brian, and he can do a lot for a team when he plays. He can now spread out the floor. He can guard multiple positions. But the main thing Okongwu does is he is all over the glass.
Young. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
And the defense has to be more aware, or else Young will stick him from the mid-range every time. This guy is putting on a clinic for the people.
Man, I'm shocked. I can't believe he pulled that off in a real game. Here's Daniels. Off target from outside.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving him.
Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
And Wembanyama can dunk it basically just standing up. You gotta keep him out of the paint.
And De'Aaron Fox picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul. Coming onto the floor.
On the wing, Daniels.
Number 3.
There's Young with the three. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board. Here's San Antonio now. Fox with the ball. Now LeVert defending. Fox, that's good. Fox has got his second basket of the game.
Right there, Fox using his length to do damage inside.
Back to Young for three. Oh, the Hawks again cannot hit it.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
All right, Stan, what's your take on this very youthful San Antonio Spurs roster?
Well, Brian, they've got the guy to build around. They're very exciting to watch. They've been gaining momentum. They're coming together as a unit, as a roster. And look, this team's got a chance to be very good together.
Castle misses.
Yeah, classic blockout. You love to see that. Taking care of the defensive glass.
Young inside. He's got 5. 6 to shoot. Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama.
With great mobility and the 8-foot wingspan. Yes, 8 foot. Wembanyama easily wipes that shot away. And defensively, you have to make him work harder than this, or it's going to be a long night.
There's Young with the three. Young missing again.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Now here's Fox. And it's Fox with the jam.
Showing off the major hops. Wow! Look at Fox. Get up and finish with some power.
Pass to Daniels. The kick out to Young. Can they get it? And once again, off the mark by Atlanta. The three from Barnes. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so the San Antonio Spurs closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Spurs.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, De'Aaron Fox, the inaugural 2023 Clutch Player of the Year, he said, quote, "You can't be afraid to fail. Obviously, you're not going to make every shot, but my team puts me in position to succeed, so the least I can do is have confidence in myself to take good shots." Brian?
Allie, thanks. You know, he's become a star. Spurs lead by 7. Johnson for 3. It doesn't go for him. And here's Capella. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Stan, when you talk to others about Keldon Johnson, one of the things you hear is that he's a natural leader.
Yeah, Brian, look, the intangibles with him are off the charts. This is a guy that got on the United States national team because of the kind of person and player he is. He leads by example every day.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute to play. LeVert up top. No points so far. Here's Niang from behind the arc. Oh, can't get it. Misses his first attempt. From deep, Johnson. The rebound by Atlanta. Up top man. Now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second. Up again. Outside for LeVert. Gets another look. Sohan with a rebound.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Whenever it's Johnson slamming it, we can feel it over here.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
And once again, off the mark by Atlanta. Spurs lead by 10. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Really a two.
Yes, ask him. One better player, 2 better players. Your team is actually better. Look, you got an 85 overall. I have a 79. I have an 84, you have an 85, I have an 86, you have a 91.
Welcome, sports fans. Thank you for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Brian Anderson with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill. Allie LaForce will be reporting from the sidelines. Pass to Vassell. Here's Wembanyama. Atlanta with a rebound.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
All right, Stan, what's your take on this very youthful San Antonio Spurs roster?
Well, Brian, they've got the guy to build around. They're very exciting to watch. They've been gaining momentum. They're coming together as a unit, as a roster. And look, this team's got a chance to be very good together.
Man misses. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Pass to Wembanyama. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
All too easy for Wembanyama. He feels like no one can defend him inside.
And now we'll go to Ali LaForce, who had a chance to talk with Greg Popovich.
I asked him about how difficult it is to game plan for someone like Trae Young, and Coach said to me, I told our players to play up on him. The more he moves and runs around, the more likely he is to get into a rhythm, so we need to stay aggressive against him. Sounds like this might be a very physical game, guys.
Okay, thank you, Ali. There's Young with the three. On offense, here's San Antonio. Castle for three. Buries it from three.
Well, when the three ball is falling for Castle, he is extremely difficult to defend.
Looking to end the run, and the jumper falls for him.
Well, look, if he misses that shot, Coach might think of benching him. He's pretty fortunate he got that one to go.
Fox, that's good.
Can't lose sight of Fox or allow him to feel comfortable looking to score this close.
Pass to LeVert. Back to Young. Inside. Knocked loose. Back to LeVert. Launches it. That's in. Coming off an assist from Young.
That's a big make for LeVert. Should help his confidence.
Well, Grant, aside from making the East Finals in 2021, how would you assess Trae Young's teams?
Well, they're always solid offensive teams, but Trae is the type of player that you need to surround with defensive-minded guys, and he hasn't really had that.
And here's LeVert for three, and Atlanta hits again from deep.
A good shooter with a smooth stroke. LeVert's ability to hit shots can take him very far in this league.
And he hits it and gets hacked. A three-point chance here if he can convert.
Now, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Back to Young. Shoots over Vassell. Young misses. San Antonio leading by 5. The three ball. Okongwu with the rebound.
You gotta go right
59 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah, I'll pull up for them.
Up top, Young.
Right now,
Back to Daniels. Off target from three-point range. Now the Spurs moving it up the floor. Yep, that one goes. Castle's got 5 now.
Staying strong inside. Castle got touched up there, but it didn't throw him off.
And here's LeVert for 3. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Outside Wembanyama. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Hawks trail by 4. Here's LeVert. He's got 9. Pass to Young. From downtown. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Spurs out in front, up 4. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. What do you guys think about San Antonio here in this one?
You know, they've been relentless in how they attack the paint.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
Back to Daniels. Pass to Rizachet. Here's Daniels. Clock at 6. Launches a 3. Sohan with a rebound. And it's Paul with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. They lead by 4. A moment to hear from Ali LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Will De'Aaron Fox, the inaugural 2023 Clutch Player of the Year, he said, quote, "You can't be afraid to fail. Obviously, you're not going to make every shot, but my team put me in position to succeed, so the least I can do is have confidence in myself to take good shots." Brian?
Allie, thanks. You know, he's become a star. Here's Daniels. No points yet. Pass to man. 6 to shoot. He buries it from 3. Well, Stan, in this league, the opportunity always exists to make a name for yourself.
It certainly does, Brian. And guys that maybe haven't gotten their opportunity, if they're ready when they get it, then they're going to burst onto the scene, and they'll no longer be under the radar guys. Look at a guy like Jalen Brunson, second-round pick, bench guy in Dallas for a long time, and then now an all-star.
Tipped away. And stolen by Paul. Lets it go from deep. Fox splashing it home from deep.
I like it. Setting up Fox that time, getting him something in rhythm.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Both teams will make substitutions. Grant, when you talk about De'Aaron Fox, what an exciting player.
That he is, and just now entering the prime years of his career. We've seen him make great strides the last few years, and it's scary trying to think just how much he can still improve.
The offensive rebound.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Here's Castle. And he drives in.
Oh, no.
Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
Yeah, and that's where Castle is most effective, when he's getting downhill and attacking.
Pass to Niang. Back to Young. Atlanta again missing.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Here's Sohan. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Oh, showing off that athletic ability. It's great watching Sohan finish with force.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Here's Fox. The rebound by Atlanta. 1:19 left in the first half. On the wing, Daniels. Fires from deep. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist. And now it's just a 4-point San Antonio lead. Here's Fox. Oh, Fox gets up and throws it down.
And this is Fox at his best, slamming his foot on the gas pedal and scoring with confidence.
Niang outside. Pass to Rizachet. From the high post. Young misses. San Antonio leading by 6. Here's Fox. Fox lightning quick on the drive.
Such a terror on the drive. Fox possesses blow-by speed, getting past defenders in a hurry.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Back to Young. On the wing, Daniels. That three's off the mark. Outside Johnson. Pass to Sohan. Outside Johnson. Up in time. And so that brings the first half to a close. It's the Spurs up 8. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. Hawks trail by 8. Despite ups and downs, the Atlanta Hawks have remained in the hunt season to season, Stan.
Well, Brian, this team has a lot of resilience. They're scrappy, they're hardworking, and it's helped them stay on the margins, at least, of the playoff picture.
San Antonio leading by 8. Here's Wembanyama. Good D by Kangwoo.
Excellent coverage defensively, making it hard on him.
High post Young. He's got 5. Can't hit the free throw line jumper.
His shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA, the Hawks are figuring it out. Coach Quinn Snyder said, growth isn't linear. We want to just keep improving. The players have bought in, they're working, they're practicing hard, hitting the film. Everybody has been absolutely coachable. I think we're learning. Guys, it's all about the journey here.
Yeah, I'm trying to take that next step. That's how it's done. Thanks, Allie. The shot by LeVert, no good. Wembanyama with it. And it's... Oh, a big slam!
Oh, my gosh. The athleticism.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. Trailing by 10. 90 seconds into the second half now. Misses in close.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up with...
And the basket is good. He got it to go.
What?
I'm gonna do my job. Yes.
Yo,
I can whip it, I can drive it. Depending on her mileage, I'm passenger in her rocket. Yeah, beefing over. Oh no, I don't want no problemo. Push me to
Yo, go into 2K chat.
the limit. I jump out and show you
Follow.
my demo.
Talk real quick, nigga. Y'all want look at this one.
each other better.
Murray, no good.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three. And you like how Castle plays at his pace, accelerating when he wants to.
The shot by Monk is no good. And here's Wembanyama. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. 4-point game. It's hauled in by the Kings. Now in the later stages of his career, Greg, DeMar DeRozan continues to be a master from the mid-range.
Kevin, we all know he loves that area of the floor. And what makes him so effective, the footwork. He's so good at backing guys down and creating space to get that jumper off.
One-on-one fast break.
Oh, man, what an incredible throwdown by the rookie Castle. Wow.
Sacramento off to a slow start. Murray right side. They get the rebound. Sabonis goes back up. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Brent, Domantas Sabonis is truly a player you can run an offense through.
Yeah, he's a guy that you can basically put anywhere on the floor, and all of a sudden good things are going to happen, whether he's playing out of the post and dealing with double teams, or he's at the top of the key, able to read the defense using his vision and his ability as a big to drive the basketball. Domantas, one of the better playmaking fives that we have in the NBA.
Now,
A way to seize the opportunity. Levine just smashing that one home.
and it's Wembanyama with the jam.
Straight power, homie. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely a resounding dunk. Here's DeRozan. Sabonis feeling it out a bit. Kick out to Levine. Shot clock at 3. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. Pass to Castle. No good on the 3. The Kings trail by 4. Outside for Murray. In the corner, it's Levine. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. Levine's got his second bucket of the game to go. And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with this. Guys. Sacramento making a switch here. .54 seconds left to play here in the first. And that one is good.
And just too good getting around the defender, as Paul is such a savvy player.
Left side, Sabonis. Pass to Levine. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Here's Champagnie. Spurs working the ball around now. And Zach Levine gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter.
And this kid is tough. Wembanyama just powering it in despite the contact.
San Antonio shooting their first free throw this game. And so Levine will bring it up now for the Sacramento Kings. They trail by 7. The baseline J off the mark.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
San Antonio shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
A generational talent. For Wembanyama, the sky is the limit and the reality.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
And right from the jump, they've been working hard to establish themselves inside, using agility and power to get shots in the paint.
The closer that Fox gets inside, the more effective he could say. I guess you could say he's good in the Fox hole.
Hey, Greg, one thing that the Kings have had work for them over the last few seasons is their depth.
And have made some shrewd moves to fill out their bench. Got great contributions from their 6 through 10 players. It's been a big part of their recent success.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, D.A.?
Kevin, thanks. De'Aaron Fox stays in attack mode. He says people don't want to guard somebody that's going to attack them on every possession. You can't get that break. You can't take any plays off. And with his speed, Kevin, that is a lot to deal with all game long.
A ton, David, to deal with, no question. EA, thanks. And it's Laravia missing. Spurs leading by 8. Here's the 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Laravia's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Ball right side. Ellis with some nice D. The Kings trail by 5. Here's Levine. And Levine throws it down.
Terrific feed from Valanciunas, a big man scanning the deck.
Here's Champagnie. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Jonas Valanciunas. And the league giving a bit more leeway, GA, to defenders. As a hard-nosed defender yourself, I'm sure you like that change.
Oh, I do. I mean, we all love the intensity of playoff basketball. So why not bring a certain level of physicality to the regular season?
Kicks it out to Jones. Ellis outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Both teams deciding to change it up.
Substitution on the court.
Spurs leading by 4. Here's Fox. Wembanyama trying to free himself up. And Fox gets it to go.
Just Fox being impossible to contain right there on the drive.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first. .152 left in the second quarter. You know, Brent, De'Aaron Fox, I mean, how do you cover him?
Well, Kevin, the first thing I do is ask for help. I keep my other defenders aware that I'm not going to slow this guy down at any point. So try to get him to his offhand, which is his right hand, and then make sure that he's taking more shots and not being in transition, because that's where De'Aaron Fox is at his best.
And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
You know, you have to be aware of Wembanyama on the boards. Really keep a body on it.
Ellis on top. From past the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc. Ellis has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there. That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
44 seconds left here in the second. 6 to shoot. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Barnes can't get it to go. And Zoelos will bring it up for Sacramento. It's a 5-point game. The shot by Monk is no good. Vassell outside. No good with the triple. DeRozan scanning the floor. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Monk outside. Over Paul. Misses off the left iron. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Spurs lead by 5. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. The Kings trail by 5. You know, Greg, with a combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all 5 guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake.
Outside for Wembanyama. Money from the wing. That's 10 points for Victor Wembanyama.
And Wembanyama's ability to pick and pop from anywhere on the floor puts defenders on their heels.
Murray outside. Back to Monk. No one near him. A rebound by the Spurs.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Outside DeRozan. Here he goes. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. San Antonio leading by 9. Well, some have argued that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing.
Oh, power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. And Fox gets it to go. Fox has got 6.
How about that? Just accepting the contact and still getting the finish for Fox.
Here's Monk. Banked in off the glass.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
San Antonio with the ball. They lead by 7. Pass to Castle. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. 6 points for him.
A bigger guard, 6'6" Castle, can just overwhelm defenders. Impressive for his age.
And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. And it's Murray with the jam.
Oh, powering that one down. Murray saw a chance to go for it and took it.
Over to the wing. Fade away. Wembanyama, no good. And Murray's got the ball here for the Sacramento Kings. They trail by 7. Levine deciding where to go with it. Murray outside. Just 5 on the clock. With the shot. Barnes grabs the miss.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
And it's Fox with the jam.
How about Fox just getting to the rim right there? Great to see him explode at times.
Out to DeRozan. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be a little more selfish.
That's good from DeMar DeRozan.
And I like the aggressiveness of DeMar DeRozan's game. He's constantly testing the defense, looking for any weakness he can exploit to get a bucket.
In the corner, it's Wembanyama. Wide open look. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Wembanyama's got 14.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
Sacramento shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here. Free throw is off from DeRozan. Paul for 3. And so it's San Antonio with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Right back after this break. We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Spurs leading by 6. Drives to the hoop. Chalk up 2 there.
That's why Chris Paul is so special, is because he can just navigate around pick and rolls, find open areas, and there's just no defense for that.
On the wing, Monk. At the top of the key, Sabonis. Back to Monk. It's stolen by Johnson. It's stolen by Lyles. Here's Ellis. And Ellis throws it down.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Well, I've been impressed with the ball movement all game long. They're really looking to just make that extra pass.
Timeout, Sacramento. teams making substitutions here. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, I was able to listen in with what the Kings head coach said to his team. Now, he asked the defense to lock it down inside. He said, let's get physical. I don't want them to think we're soft in there. No more easy shots in the paint. So that's what the defense is set to do. Guys?
Thanks, David. Barnes can't get it to go.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Fox with the steal.
Just getting more and more court awareness and where guys are at all times is De'Aaron Fox.
The Kings trail by 5. Here's Levine, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
And the jam by Levine.
Such a gifted scorer. When Levine is this locked in, the defense is in for a long night.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Wembanyama. And Sabonis pulls it down. And so it's Sabonis who brings up the ball for the Kings. It's a one-point game. Monk outside. DeRozan for 3. Wembanyama with the rebound. And San Antonio has possession. Cancel. And it goes down 2 points.
Even in his rookie season, it's easy to see Castle's leadership.
Outside, Levine. All alone. Rebounded by the Spurs. Here's Castle. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6.
Yeah.
It's taken on the floor.
Now they're playing working to perfection there if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
Outside, Sabonis. Master Monk. Now Levine. Shot clock at 6. Sacramento again missing. Here's Castle. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one on DeRozan.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Monk outside. Right side, DeRozan. Out to the right wing. Murray outside. To end the run. Vassell grabs the board. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for San Antonio.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
Taking 2 shots.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that will put them up by 9.
And that should be enough to get the job done, even though he didn't get all of it.
DeRozan for 3. Barnes grabs the miss. Here's Wembanyama for 3. He doesn't hit that one. And so it's San Antonio with the win. Some good competition.
You feel like it's not realistic.
Still running in.
like dirt. Y'all at the beach, sand on your feet, claim you came from dirt, but I'm still putting in work. Yeah, I'm still putting in work. Jan at a time, Jan at a time.
I have one better position.
Jan at a time, Jan at a time, Jan at a time, Jan at a time, Jan at a time.
Nigga, God.
Wake up, put in work.
Everybody on your team is 85.
But even in my dreams, I work on my technique. Ay. On a different time, like Protect Philippe. Ay. I want janitor engraved on my AP. I do not feel like an AC. Word of the boys in South Beach. Bam out of bio and JB. Shout out a hero, Robert De Niro. I bet that he wouldn't trade me. Look at the game like pay me. Nothing at all could break me. Word of New Jersey, it made me. I'm like the old 3ness. Just a kid, but compete with the best. 24/7 breaking a sweat. Put my game to the test. I'm like the janitor. Call me to clean up the mess. Put the ball in my hands. I don't care if you contest. Wake up, put in work, go to sleep. But even in my dreams, I work on my technique. Ay. On a different time, like Protect Philippe. Ay. I want janitor engraved on my AP. But competition's in the way. I put in the work to put them away. I don't care about the fame. I'm married to the game. Make them respect the name. In love with the clutch like Dane. Ready for fire and rain. Glory comes after pain. It's only me at the gym. I feel like the janitor. It's only me in the stool. I feel like the janitor. When all the lights are dim, I'm like the janitor. For all the work I do, I'm like the janitor. Janitor time. 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 Janitor time.
Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. And it's going to be the Spurs off the tip. To the right side. And he gets it to go. And these two teams are both aggressive, attacking in transition.
Well, you've got to play to your strengths, right? But really, the league in general is looking for early offense. These teams, no different.
Look out below. Jaylen Brown off his feet in a hurry.
Wembanyama high post. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Porzingis can't hit.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
And the quickness Fox has, boy, it's impressive. Just coasting to the cup with ease.
And for De'Aaron Fox, his three-point shooting, Greg, has come a long way.
In his rookie season, he only shot 30% on 2 attempts per game. But his volume and efficiency have both gone way up, and it's made him much more dangerous offensively.
Barnes outside. Back to Wembanyama. Launches a 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. Outside Tatum. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. You know, Doris, from the moment Jason Tatum entered the NBA, he has been the guy on his team. How big a burden do you think that is for a player to carry?
Well, Jason Tatum, regardless of how much responsibility he has always worn it gracefully. This young man, from the time he was a little kid in St. Louis, has dreamed of leading an NBA team. He is doing exactly that.
Pass to Wembanyama. Nice D from Porzingis. The kick out to Tatum. Lets it go with a 3. Again, the miss by the Celtics. On offense, here are the Spurs. Here's Fox. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on White.
And we talk about Fox's speed, but he also has length. He's a factor there in the paint.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shoot 2.
First one falls for him. You know, Greg, with the combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all 5 guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake.
Now here is Holiday. Pass to Porzingis. Outside, White. Shot clock at 6. Driving inside. Count it. Good.
Oh, that is impressive stuff from Derek White. Defender in his grill, no problem.
Over in the corner, Barnes. Spurs working the ball around now. The kick out to Fox. Over in the corner, Barnes. From outside the arc. Jaylen Brown with the rebound.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Outside Tatum. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. So it's San Antonio now. It's Wembanyama at the elbow. Porzingis with the block.
A swat by Porzingis, that wingspan, letting you know he's in the house.
So they take the lead.
Assist from Derek White.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Here's Fox. And he banks in the lane. Fox has got 6.
He is a blur. I mean, Fox obviously skilled at breaking down the defense, coupled with his athleticism and size. Boy, he is a terror.
Here's Barnes. And it's sent back by White. Tie game in San Antonio. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break.
The Celtics 10.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
They just came into this game with the mindset of sharing the basketball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
Back to Tatum. Hands it from downtown. He has 7.
My goodness, Jason Tatum from another zip code.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
Rebound, San Antonio. Here's Champagnie. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
No, CP3 knows every string to pull on the offensive end. What a pretty pass.
Pass to Pritchard. Here's Shireman. In the corner. Tatum with it. Tipped away. Here's Fox. Driving to the basket. Softly drops in the floater.
And Fox starting to show you his abilities inside. Has quick instincts, which I think helps him when he's down low.
Both teams will make substitutions. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Here's Pritchard. No scoring in this one. Shoots the 3. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Fox, no good.
It seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
Fox with the steal. Down low, Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
And the way the Celtics can attack teams' doors with their 5-out set, it's impossible to fully defend it.
Kevin, there is so much space on the floor because they have shooters at every single position and guys who balance that shooting with an ability to get off the dribble drive. This is as good an offense as we've seen.
Now here's Barnes.
Timeout, timeout.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. To the inside. Outside for Wembanyama. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Tatum deciding where to go with it. Pass to Brown. Back to Tatum. Busted. No good that time either.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
He's just able to score from anywhere on the floor, but Barnes loves that high percentage area.
Here's Tatum. Harrison Barnes picking up that last basket. Over in the corner, Brown. Back to Tatum. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And that's a foul called on Porzingis. That's his first foul.
First team foul. Coming onto the floor for your Spurs, number 3.
We've got 28 seconds left in the first half.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And he gets the bucket.
Well, what you love about Kristaps Porzingis at 7'3", he can see over any defender, and he's a terrific passer, guys.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
The kick out to Tatum. 2 on the clock. Good defense by Wembanyama.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Spurs lead by 5. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Well, some have argued that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing.
And Fox gets it to go.
And he gives up pounds to a lot of guys defending him, but that has never kept Fox from being in attack mode.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Jaylen Brown. The Spurs shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line, so that's a nice all-around effort.
Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, well, like a lockdown corner in football, teams just try to keep the ball away from Jrue Holiday. He says, I feel like they're not afraid of me, but like, okay, get him off the ball. To me, that's respect. I don't need other people telling me how good I am. You can see it by their actions. Kevin?
So true. He can be intimidating, David, and we thank you for that report. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Here's Pritchard, still without a basket. Just 4 to shoot. Tries it from 19. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And here's Wembanyama. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. They lead by 7. These Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
You know, DB, I imagine any lineup could benefit from a veteran guy like Al Horford.
Boy, you just look at how younger guys on the team lean on Al. He guides them through any number of experiences. He's been a pro's pro from the moment he entered the league, and he's still having an impact with his defensive ability and range shooting.
Oh, nice setup by Wembanyama. On top of everything else, this guy has an incredible IQ.
And it's White missing. San Antonio leading by 8. Here's Vassell, and he can't extend the lead to double digits. So it's Boston now. Right side, White. Horford has a wide open look. Boston again missing. Pass to Castle. Here's Fox. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Spurs lead by 10.
What willpower from Castle, fighting to get his team that second look at the basket.
And here is Brown. From the arc. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Barnes can't get it to go.
And he saw the play develop, but the pass just wasn't there.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
Now here's Brown. It's rebounded by De'Aaron Fox. To the middle. Here's Bledsoe.
And we talk about how Wembanyama makes the wow plays. Wow.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Here's Pritchard. Scoreless thus far.
And this is what dominating the glass looks like. He just cannot be contained.
Wow, what a performance. And he's not just winning with physical ability, he's winning with anticipation.
Here's Paul, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Paul's got the lead up to 14 now for the Spurs.
So shrewd and elusive on the drive. Once Paul sees an opening in the defense, this guy goes into attack mode.
Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Spurs out in front. They finish off the
19.
And 1/4 to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Here's Paul. Pass to Champagny. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Brown.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Celtics trailed by 14. White goes in. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Assisted.
White's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Celtics. Johnson's shot is off. And it's the Celtics ball. Holiday with it. He's picked up by Paul. Here's Porzingis. Johnson with the rebound. Spurs lead by 12.
Yeah, that's Kendall. I knew you was going to do something. And that's why.
Rebound Boston.
Yeah, that's Kendall.
Porzingis inside. Inside. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, 7'3" doesn't need much of a vertical. Easy finish for KP.
That was good.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. And the Spurs making a change here. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
During that break, Greg Popovich really had some strong advice for his team. Now he wants his team to stop playing it safe. He said, we've got this lead by doing what we do, and we can keep it if we don't get too cautious. Play our game. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Here's Brown. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Pass to Johnson. Outside for Wembanyama. And Wembanyama too much inside.
And this is what you want to see. Wembanyama attacking with authority inside.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. Celtics trailed by 14. Now Tatum. And Holiday has it in the corner. Brown outside. For 3. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And here's Wembanyama. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs.
Bruh. You done running or you still running? You want to take a break?
Yeah, this is not a fire drill, the real thing.
Oh, damn.
At nighttime, daytime she don't see me, acting like a pocket holding 50. Pull it with a Mickey Mouse, this ain't Disney. Still identity, put a like Paul Wall, I might just put a grill in. Boy, go get your paw paws chili with the chili. You know me, pull a Pluto move, take white Scottie Pippen. Like it beef with from every bad in the city. Keep that doggy in a 360 deal, pulling gimme. What's
Nigga.
Mind your business. Sports Center.